in the dark today.
Finally, we have a preview of the new Chanel spring collection. We have been waiting for this palette for months, and now we have a release date. It looks like it's mid-February. So there's the Instagram page Waity Beauty that reveals that this collection is going to launch on February 21st, but it's not sure if this is the launch date in US or Asia. So I don't know. But we can now see some swatches, so previews of this palette. The number is 387. Maybe it's called Utopia, but not sure about it. What I like about this palette is that it has some mauve-ish hues. The color of the year, according to Pantone, is mocha mousse. So it's a brown, it's a rosy brown, but it looks like there are so many spring releases that are more focused on lavender and mauve-ish tones. Like the guys from the Pantone do not find the right trend. That is my opinion, but let's proceed with the Chanel collection. Now, according to this picture, there's the shade B that looks like a white shade, but in the swatches, it looks more of a lavender. So it may be a pale lavender. And then the C is more of a nude color with some silver shimmer. That is what it looks like from this picture. But true to be said, I never trust these swatches. I mean, usually I prefer to see videos of swatches so that you can see how the colors and the shimmer shift under different lighting. Nonetheless, this is a preview, so better something than nothing. So the shade C looks like very elegant nude color. And then the D deviates a bit from the pen. So in the pen, it looks like a gray, while in the swatches is a mauvish brown. And then there's the shade A, that is the one I'm least interested in, is a shimmery pink. I don't know if I'm gonna purchase the palette. Now that I've looked at the swatches, the association that comes into my mind is with the Star-Crossed palette by BoB Brown. That is a palette that I haven't used so much, but if you look at the swatches, it looks like that is the most similar in terms of color story, if we forget about the pink. So my strategy will be wait for reviews, look at more swatches. If these swatches are confirmed, I may skip the palette. For two reasons. The first is the presence of the pink, I'm not interested in. And the second is that the color story of the remaining shades is so similar to the BoB Brown Star-Crossed palette. So the palette is the star of this collection. Let's look at other items. So there's a blush. These are standard colors from Chanel. I remember very old release with the same mixture of colors, orange, coral, and pink. Even if it's oversized, it's very difficult to pick just one color. I'm not interested in the central and in the orange color, so I never buy these things. Then we have a liquid highlighter, practically, not interested in it. And then we have the Stilo Ombre et Contour, and I think that I'm gonna pick the 62. The number 62 is a grayish lavender, and the presence of gray makes it more interesting, a bit smoky, but not too much dark. That is the key for me, because I like a faint smoky effect that doesn't look heavy. When the makeup is very dark, it looks heavy and aging on me. Therefore, I find that number 62 is the perfect balance. Moreover, this reminds me of a Charlotte Tilbury color selection that enhances brown eyes. And since I have brown eyes, I think 62 is the perfect color to enhance my eyes. And then we have shimmery lipsticks. Let me see. Rouge Coco. They look like glittery balms. Not interested in those. And then liquid lipsticks. Rouge Allure. I'm not interested in those either. And then the nail polishes. The combo of coral pink and gray gives me 80s vibes. I remember this pairing in the 80s. I'm not into it, but I can see why they pick these colors. They are absolutely en pendant, let's say, with the quad. They match the quad very nicely. This palette is in the Baked Gelée formula. It's something that is going to be added to my Baked Gelée list. So I'm quite positive to the idea to pick it up. The only shade that I don't like is the A, the pink. But I can use it anyway as a blush. That would be the only way I'm going to use that pink. I wish it was cooler of a pink. It's quite neutral, so medium pink. So to me, it's more like a luminous blush rather than a eyeshadow. I don't like at all that color on my lids. This was my reaction to these previews. I'm curious to know, what do you plan to buy? If you are enthusiast now that you have seen these watches, the first watches, this is the spring collection I was waiting for. So if I buy anything from the spring collection, it would be the palette, one stick eyeshadow, and the other Baked Gelée release from the spring is by Dior, that lavender highlighter. That is another thing that I'm considering. So as you can see, I'm focusing on Baked Gelée formulas and can be a criterion for decision making. And there's the logic behind my low buy. If I'm gonna purchase something, I want something that is worth the high price tag. And usually when I choose Baked Gelée formula, I'm never disappointed. So let's chat together about this Chanel collection. See you in my next video. Bye!